So Nick, it's a lot quieter today than it was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Are we disappointed? No, we need a little bit of a mental break. But there were still a few interesting comments apparently.
Yes.
What was that you were telling me?
So I had one lady ask me. So I had one lady ask me if I was against contraception, and I said yes. And then she said, "So you're against the pleasure of sex?" And I said, "Well, no. I mean, there's a healthy amount in a marriage." And then I said, "But the main purpose of sex is to produce a child. I mean, that's why we're standing here." And she said, "Well, we all know that children aren't produced from sex." So I'm not too sure.
We are? Did you go anywhere with that one, Nick?
I don't know what to say to that. I asked her where she came from and she walked off.
Well, yeah, that was a good question.
I mean, the other thing is why use contraception in the first place then, if children aren't produced by sex?
Well, that would be another logical sort of response.
Exactly.
But you didn't have a comeback for where did you come from?
No, so I don't understand it entirely. But,
Well, there is such a thing as asexual reproduction. You ever heard of that one, Nick? What is that? Probably not as entertaining as sexual reproduction, but I mean, there actually is such a thing as asexual reproduction, but it's not for humans.
True enough. But sperm has to be involved either way.
Sorry?
Sperm has to be involved either way.
For us higher order animals, yeah, and plants actually. People, when they talk about the birds and the bees, that it's true. The birds and the bees are involved in sexual reproduction. There is sex in the garden.
No, but it's just hilarious.
And it wasn't just the Garden of Eden. Everybody's garden.
I know, but if sex doesn't produce children, then why use contraception?
That's like what's your issue with it if it doesn't produce? Yeah, I've never heard that one before.
It's a first.
Well, sex doesn't always produce children.
It's true, but it does.
But all children are produced sexually.
Exactly. It's the only way.
Well, it's not actually.
Well, I mean, like in vitro fertilization would be the exception.
No, well, even in vitro fertilization is also sexual. It's just that the connection between the egg and the sperm happens in a dish or a test tube or something.
But yeah, sperm has to be involved though, especially for human.
Yeah, but I guess in cloning, I'm sure they're already trying to clone humans. That's a form of asexual reproduction.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, so like when Dolly, what's her name, the lamb there,
yeah,
the sheep,
lamb, yeah.
So she was produced asexually. They took, I forget which cells they took, but they took cells from, I don't know if it was her ovary or some other cell that they used, that they basically cloned it. And then produced another Dolly, but of course she had issues. She had a short life too, because cloning isn't really the best.
Yeah, cloning is an interesting topic.
Yeah.
That raises a few questions actually.
So it's possible that humans could reproduce asexually, but certainly not the natural way. And everybody that we know on the planet was produced sexually.
Exactly.
So well, she was probably a product of our public school system, where they don't teach you about how children are made. They just teach you how to have sex. And, you know, be careful, don't get pregnant. So maybe in the new curriculum they should talk about prenatal life and what exactly conception is, because it seems like we're meeting a lot of people who have no clue. And it seems that way, doesn't it? So we need to educate our people in Ontario about sexual reproduction.
Some people in particular.
Well, there you go. That was good, Nick. First for me too. There you go. Thank you.